Sun in Scorpio Astrology. This is what I want to look at primarily in this video. The Sun is moving into Scorpio October 22nd. And not only that, we have also Mercury retrograde a day earlier in Scorpio, October 21st. And then we have, at the beginning of next month, November 3rd, the new moon solar eclipse in Scorpio. So lots of Scorpio energies coming up. So I want to discuss the Scorpio archetype and personality. And to keep this video short, you can then go to the video in part 3, where I discuss practical applications for how you can use those specific scorpionic energies. This is Shakti Carola Nevrin, your host for today, and I'm an evolutionary astrologer, and I do most of my work online because I live on Maui, and I do most of my counseling work online through Skype. I'm also a published author, and now let's have a look at Scorpio. We are on the right track with Scorpio archetype when we think deep, dark, and intense. So these are attributes going very well with Scorpio personality. Associated with water, the Scorpio personality represents a sign of our deepest inner mysteries, representing all those deep hidden way dimensions of our being. As you might know, Scorpio is ruled by Pluto, but the ancient ruler of Scorpio was Mars. So today we kind of contemplate both rulers, but Pluto is kind of more connected with the psychological dimension of the sign. So Pluto is describing the archetype of the god of the underworld, the god of the riches you can find if you face the dangers and your own fears of facing what's inside of you. So it's also the Lord of Death, the Lord of Transformation. So that's why Pluto is not so well loved by many, because it's an intense guy. So if Lord Pluto knocks at your door as a transit, for example, you really want to invite him in. You want to give him something which is in alignment with what he wants from you. So transformation is what Pluto and Scorpio is all about. So let's have a look how that will play out for you this month. The archetypal figures for Scorpio we call the Shaman. The modern version of that would be the Psychologist, the therapist, or the detective. So what all these three have in common, they are quite comfortable in what is underlying the surface reality. So the detective looks for hidden clues, the psychologist is interested in what's driving the personality, and the shaman, his approach is of healing and deep inner connection with the divine. When we have planets in Scorpio, what is important to us and what we need to learn is truth and deep honesty. So of course this always starts with ourselves. And Scorpio personalities often have a deep interest into psychology. So a lot of psychotherapists I've met, they have Moon in Scorpio, Sun in Scorpio, Mercury in Scorpio. So you have to have this kind of urge, this need to go deep in order to do good work there. So with Scorpio, we have this focus onto the inner world of hidden emotions, the inner psychology, the complexity of who we really are and why we do the things we do. So Scorpios usually have this very intuitive, deep, intense inner posture of soul searching, of wanting to know what's true. And there is this emotional need for truth and honesty. As every other sign, also Scorpio has a shadow, but here it's potentially devastating, cruel, unimaginable kind of shadow. So first of all, there is this connection with Scorpio to power, power and charisma, which isn't necessarily a bad thing, but the abuse of that can be that. So here we have the dictator, the power maniac, the one who does anything in order to stay in power. So a lot of those dictatorial societies in the Far East, for example, they would qualify for Scorpio Shadow. Then we have the archetype of the wicked witch, the seducer. So it all goes into that direction of using that deep insight into human nature and to be willing to do anything in order to stay on top of things and in power and in control. Because Mercury retrograde is almost happening simultaneously, just one day before the Sun moves into Scorpio. So Mercury retrograde in Scorpio is revisiting degrees in Scorpio. So if you want to find out more specifics about that, please go over to my video about Mercury retrograde in Scorpio. If you want to find out more about the coming up new moon solar eclipse in Scorpio, November 3rd, you might want to head over and watch that video I have prepared for you and see how you can apply consciously Scorpio energies, high Scorpio energies. So the high potential of Pluto we call the phoenix out of ashes. And this is what we're striving for this month, that in the area of your life where you feel ready to let go something of the old you don't need anymore, you can charge out of that into a new level, a new dimension of self-expression. I also want to remind you that wherever we are in life, this is our starting point. So every journey starts with the first step. So if you want to integrate any kind of energy, Scorpio energies or not, you need to be kind of very self-conscious of where you are, who you are in this moment of time. And then you have a choice. You can take that step in the direction you want to take it, and you can enjoy the journey. So have fun. If you like my video, you might want to sign up for your subscription at YouTube, so you will be automatically kept in the loop for further forecast videos. You can also sign up for my newsletter, which will keep you in the loop in a different way. And when you go to my website, mauiastrologyreading.com, you will also get a free report for your love stone based on your astrology. So it's a program where you sign in and then you really know which is your main healing stone based on the Venus position and sign and house in your chart. So also you might get other information through the newsletters. I'm planning to do some beginner classes where I really teach astrology and how to read a chart. So things like that. And of course, if you want to use astrology in a much deeper way, then you want to consider an astrological reading with me with your birth chart. I do readings online through Skype. I have people all over the world, and I always get a kick out of it to talk with people half around the planet. So if that is of interest for you, send me an email. Head over to mauiastrologyreading.com to read a little bit more about what I have to offer And you can call. I'm in Hawaii, 808-878-8182, and check in with me. I always love to hear feedback. Leave me a comment. Let me know what you want me to talk about, because it's really important for me to hear back, because I'm talking to this empty space. So let me know you're out there and connect with me. Thanks so much for visiting with me today. And I really hope you enjoyed this. And as we say on Maui, aloha.